everyone. Welcome to our video presentation in BSED Math 50. Today, we will present our research titled Understanding and Constructing Mathematics Test Items. But before that, allow me to introduce myself first. By the way, I am Historical Mayfa Lapatan, and together with my group members are Ricardo Rowena, Galapati Gion Alay Zakit, Ragay Janelle May, and Trumata Flora May. This presentation will cover all type of tests, their purpose, examples, construction rules, strength, and limitation. Let's begin with the introduction.
As future mathematics teachers, assessing students' understanding is essential. Assessment is not just about checking if students memorize the formulas. It allows us to see if learners can reason out, solve problems, and communicate mathematically. Our research studied objectives, supply type, and essay items. For each type, we explored what it is, how it works, why it's used, and how to construct it properly based on books, journals, and modules. We also created sample items to apply these rules. Through this activity, we understood the importance of clarity, alignment with learning competencies, and fairness in constructing test items. This ensures our future tests are reliable, valid, and meaningful for students' learning.
Okay, so the first type of test is multiple choice. Multiple choice items have a stem and several options. They measure knowledge, reasoning, computation, and application skills. For example, what is 5 times 5? We have A, 10, B, 12, C, 16, and letter D is 25. So we all know that multiplication is a repeated addition. So we have 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 and plus 5. So 5 plus 5 is equal to 10. 10 plus 5 is equal to 15. And 15 plus 5 is equal to 20. And 20 plus 5 is equal to 25. So the answer is letter D, which is 25. So why we use multiple choice? It is because it's quick score, covers many topics, and test recall and comprehension. So there are rules for constructing multiple choice items. First, stem must be clear. Second, the structures must be plausible. Third, choose only one correct answer. Fourth, avoid grammatical clues or patterns. And last one, avoid all of the above unless if necessary.
The second type of test is true or false test. True or false items present a statement. Students mark it as true or false. They measure factual knowledge and conceptual understanding. So for example, the sum of two negative numbers is always negative. So the answer is true. Let's have another example. A triangle can have two right angles. So the answer is false. So why use true or false? It is quick to answer and easy to score. So in answering the true or false test, we have limitation.
it is high chance of guessing. So, in in true or false test, we have rules for constructing. We have one idea per statement, avoid double negatives, avoid sweeping generalizations, and use justifications for modified true or false items.
So the third type of test is matching type. Matching type items have two columns. Students match item in column A with column B. They measure recall of formulas, symbols, and definition. For example, we have column A, which is number 1, area of circle, number 2, area of triangle, and number 3, circumference. In column B, we have A, pi r squared, B, 1/2 BH, and C, 2 pi r. So the answers are 1, A, 2, B, and 3, C. In constructing matching type items, there are rules to follow. The first one is use homogeneous sets, more responses than premises, keep premises short, and provide clear directions.
Then we have 4 type of test. We have short answer items. So short answer items require students to apply word or phrase, and they measure computation and recall skills. So for example, the derivative of x squared is 2x. And the other example, the value of 3 plus 4 is 7. So, there are rules for constructing short answer items. We have place blank at the end, only one correct answer, use clear mathematical wording, and avoid clause to the answer.
The fifth type of test is problem solving. Problem solving items require students to show all steps. So the steps are: first, identify the problem; second, gather information; third, identify possible solution; fourth, evaluate options; fifth, choose a solution; then sixth, implement the solution; and lastly, check and review your answer. So they measure reasoning, application, and mathematical communication. So for example, a rectangle has length 12 cm and width 7 cm. So to follow all those steps, we get the answer 84 cm squared. So there are rules of constructing problem-solving items. First is clearly state the problem. Second, avoid irrelevant information. Third is use real-life context when possible. And lastly, ensure numbers are solvable and ambiguous.
The sixth type of test items is restricted essays. Restricted essays are short and focused explanations. They measure reasoning and conceptual understanding. For example, explain why the sum of two even numbers is always even. So the students will answer short and direct explanations only. So we have the rules for constructing restricted essays. First, give clear directions, limit the scope, and prepare rubrics beforehand.
The seventh type of test is extended essay. So extended essays allows broad discussion and reasoning. They measure analysis, reflection, and making connection. For example, discuss the importance of problem solving in real-life mathematics. So for constructing extended essay, we have rules to follow. The first one is align the prompt with learning outcomes. Second, encourage critical thinking. Third, prepare rubric beforehand.
Here is a summary of strengths and limitations for each type of test. For multiple choice, objective but guessing is possible. For true or false, easy to score but high guessing. For matching type, it is quick but only for recall. For short answer, it is accurate but limited reasoning. For problem solving, measures reasoning but time consuming. For restricted essay, it focused reasoning but subjective in scoring. For extended essay, it is deep thinking but slow to grade.
In conclusion, every test type serves a unique purpose. Teachers must know when and how to use them to assess learning effectively. Constructing test items requires clarity, alignment, and fairness. So by applying these principles, we can create reliable and valid assessments for our future students. Thank you for listening and watching to this presentation.